Hey, good morning, folks. This is John, and I'm here to give you a little 15-minute movement break. I know right now in Minnesota, gyms are closed, so I'm just trying to give you a little bit of an opportunity to get a little movement in today, stay a little bit more active. I believe movement is very healthy and required for us to be healthy. So I've got a quick little thing for you today. We're going to go through a little bit of a movement prep, I'm going to call it. You could say it's a warm-up, but I'm going to do a little bit of a knees to chest stretch, bird dogs, cross crawls, lateral lunges, and some slow air squats to get our legs moving and really work into those ranges a little bit easier. So we'll go through those. I'll explain them and show them as we go. After that, we're going to do a little quick round of exercise, something to get the heart pumping a little bit. But we're going to do each of these movements for 1 minute. We're going to go for 8 minutes total. So it'll be a total of 2 rounds of this. So we'll do a minute of air squats, a minute of push-ups, a minute of lunges, and a minute of back extensions. And again, I'll go through those and give you some tips on how to perform those as we go. But we'll go through that 2 times and we'll finish off with that. So I'm going to move this out of the way. All right, so for this knee to chest stretch, we're actually going to lie on the ground. Try to stretch out where you can. And then I want you to just pull your knee into your chest. And we're going to hold this for roughly 30 seconds. Try to get it as close to your chest as you can, but don't force it. Just give it a little extra stretch to it. All right, now switch sides. Go with the other side. You can even take note if one side feels a little better than the other, then the side that one side might need a little bit more work than the other. Again, holding this for about 30 seconds. All right, coming off of that. Next up, our bird dog. So I want you to be on your hands and knees. You're going to raise one arm and one leg opposite of each other. As you're doing this, try to keep your back neutral. Don't really arch your back or round or anything like that. Keep your arms and legs straight out. We're going to do 5 on each side. Another thing to watch out for too as you're doing this, don't let your hips really go off to the side. Try to keep them nice and level with the ground. Here we go, a couple more here. Really focusing on trying to have that neutral spine, reaching towards the opposite ends of the room with each arm and leg. All right, so next up is a cross crawl. For this one, you'll be standing up, put your hands on your head. Now you don't need to have your knee touch your elbow, but I want you crossing midline with the one elbow coming back down, doing these nice and slow. It's going to be more challenging slowly than quickly, but that's kind of the point. All right, 2 more each side. Last one. Good. All right, so lateral lunge. We're going to do 5 on one side, then 5 on the other. So start here, step out to the side, bending one knee. Try to keep it right in line with your foot, not going way to the side or letting it cave in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now switching to the other side. Another 5 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now with all of these movements, if you don't feel like you can quite get to the same depth as me or even go a little further, go ahead and do that with, as long as you're trying to keep some of those main concepts in line. You know, neutral spine, knee in line with the feet. All right, then some slow air squats. So we're going to do 5 of these nice and slow. So starting with a shoulder width stance, coming down, trying to sit back right to your feet, hold for a couple of seconds, then come up. We're going to try to go a little bit slower this time. Pushing your hips back, trying to keep a neutral spine, upright torso, hold for a couple of seconds, and up. Let's see, 3 more, even slower this time. Going down, down. Really try to control it. Just go to the depth that you feel comfortable, but even try to go challenge yourself as you get more comfortable with it. Up, 2 more here. Down, nice and slow. Really trying to screw your feet into the ground using your hips. Use your hips to go make that external rotation. You get a nice secure hip as you go down. And up. All right. So that was our movement prep. I'm going to set a little clock here, and we're going to go every minute. On the minute, we're going to switch, starting with air squats. Then we'll switch to push-ups, then the lunges, back extensions, and repeat it one more time. Okay, so here we go. Starting with air squats, so going down and up for a minute. If you can go faster than this, go faster. If you need to take your time, take your time. If you have partial range, like I said, do what you can. Another tip, you can use a chair behind you, just kind of sit to a chair and then stand back up. That chair can give you a little bit of a guide for where your butt's going. Keep going, we're about halfway through this minute. Watch your knees on this, make sure your knees aren't caving in or out. Put them right in line with your toes or your feet. Here we go, 15 more seconds. We're going to switch to push-ups. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push-ups. Make sure you're trying to keep a nice straight line from your shoulders down to your feet. Don't let your elbows go way out to the sides as you're coming down. Keep your elbows closer to your chest. Maybe like a fist or baseball distance in between your side and your elbows. Halfway there. Take breaks as you need. Try to get in what you can in this minute. There's no repetitions, number of repetitions that are required. Just keep going. All right, here we go. Another 10 more seconds. Try to get in what you can. We're switching to lunges after this. All right, switching to lunges. Stepping out towards your foot and back. If you can't go quite all the way to the floor, that's okay. Another option would be to switch to a reverse lunge. That can be a little bit friendlier on the knees. Okay? 40 more seconds here. $30 more seconds. Keep going. Hopefully the neighbors downstairs aren't getting too upset. Trying to be soft on my landings. All right, 7 more seconds. Back extensions are coming up next. All right, so lying down on your stomach, I want you to put your hands up by your armpits, squeeze your shoulder blades back, lift up, lift your chest off the floor and hold for 5 seconds. Come back down, shoulder blades, lift, hold for 5. Trying to keep your legs on the ground. Again, with this one, to the extent that you can. All right, about 15 more seconds here. Then we'll go back to the air squats. Just realized my 5-second holds are gonna be pretty short. All right, 3, 2, 1. Starting over where we started with some air squats. If you're keeping track of your counts, try to beat what you did last time. Quick reminder, if you can't go all the way down, go do what you can. Do what you can. Check in with yourself. Are you leaning too far forward as you're doing this? Try to stay a little bit more upright. There you go, 25 more seconds. Going back to push-ups here in 10 seconds. Keep going. Take breaks as you need, but keep going. 3, 2, 1, and push-ups. All right, here you go. Keep going. Break them up as you need. Get what you can. Try to get your chest all the way to the floor. 20 more seconds here. This is easily my hardest one here, but that's why I'm doing it. 7 more seconds. Get a couple more. 3, 2, 1. Back to lunges. 2 more exercises. 2 more minutes. Keep going. Almost there. I don't know why, but sitting here in my spare room just made me think of Napoleon Dynamite. I think I need to get some Gatorade and walk out and just slam a bunch. Although I'm not doing dance videos. Keep going. Keep going. Remember, there's the reverse lunge option as well. Here you go. 10 more seconds. Keep going. Last couple here. 3, 2, 1. All right, finishing with the back extensions. Laying on the ground. Hands under armpits. Shoulder blades back. Lift your chest and hold for 5. Shoulder blades, lift it all. Keep the legs on the floor. Should feel this one in your low back. Shoulder blades, lift everything. Chest and hands. Hold. And down. And down. 25 more seconds. Hold it. Hold it. And down. Good. Couple more here. 15 more seconds. Home stretch here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, nice work. So, CDC guidelines recommend 150 minutes of moderate exercise every week. This 15 minutes isn't enough, especially if you don't have your day-to-day activities to help you out with, going to the store, walking around your workplace, walking to and from your car to get to work, all the other stuff. In addition to that, They recommend 150 minutes of activity, which would be those things like walking around the grocery store, walking around your office, things like that. So keep in mind, 15 minutes is not enough. You know, I know Hybrid Farm in St. Cloud and CrossFit Unastamus in Elk River are both doing like online classes for their members. You can check them out if you want a little bit longer, more, a little bit harder of an exercise. And I know Snap Fitness is doing some virtual training as well, so you can reach out to them as well. But in the meantime, keep moving, keep moving. All right, thanks for tuning in.